All right, Kenman here, and today we have a long overdue unboxing. For those of you that are on the pulse of the channel, you know I went to Blade Show, Texas. It's been about a month now, and I still haven't had a chance to do the overview slash review of most of the knives that I picked up when I was there. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Channel's been going great. Been really busy with it. Haven't gotten around to finishing these. Let's get to it. Okay, this is a Kansept. It did not come with a box, but they were nice enough to just give me one. And I throw it on the floor. Here it is. This is one of my new favorite knives. So glad I picked this up in Texas. This is the Kansept Goblin XL. What a beast of a knife. Definitely becoming my new favorite. It's in the top 5 for sure. Oof, let's talk about it. What are we looking at, Kenman? We got an S35 black coated beautiful blade. S35 VN, sorry. And then a frag titanium handle with the ano on a nice kind of bronze color. I really like this color. I am going to do some more anodizing projects with this specific color in mind in the future. What do you think about it? Oh, this knife is great. I just instantly fell in love with it. I picked up the Leviathan, which is a huge knife, and wasn't as satisfied with the lock and the way it felt. And then I looked over and I saw this. I picked it up and it was just instant love. This is a Kenman knife all day long. Let's look at it. So that frag titanium is just deep, thick, comfy. It just grips really well. I love it. Large handle. Lots of space. If I grip up on it there, look at all that extra hanging out. But if I just gonna get loose on the normal handle and grab on, to me this fits in my hand just perfectly. I love a larger knife. Oof, look at the way my index finger curls around the top for just doing these like draw cuts. Nice little stack of jimps right there. You know me, they could have put the jimps out to there and I wouldn't mind. But these are fine, they feel good. Nice size. The way it kind of ramps up a little bit, kind of lets your thumb kind of nestle into that spot. I love this blade shape, just a beefy, tip's easy to get in and do some work, nice and sharp. Oh, I dig it. What do we think about big knives? Comment below. So a nice S35 VN blade steel. Let's do the cut test, huh? I've already used this, I've carried it, I've had it for a month. I am loving this knife. Yep, I would say that's pretty nice. I have used a little bit. I have stropped it maybe once or twice, but haven't really done much with the edge or haven't sharpened it at all. But you can see, whew, even though it's a beast, it cuts. Tell you what. So blade is, ooh, look at that end, nice design. I love this knife. Blade is nice and centered right in the middle as it should be. Flicks out real easy. Got a huge hole in there. I screwed that up. Almost too big for flicking out. The Spidey flick though, that is just boom. It just works good all day. I'm not usually someone who's gonna do that thumb out if I have other options. But the front flipper, that front flipper you get on there with your thumb or your index finger. Oh, very satisfying. Clip cannot be swapped to the other side, Kenman, and you still like this knife as a lefty? Yes, I do. I carry knives in all my pockets, and some of the pockets I have on my knives, I can put a righty clip only pocket or knife in that pocket, and because it's thin, the blade is still up against a seam, so it won't accidentally open up in my pocket. So I don't mind that so much, and sometimes when you get a grip on it with your left hand, and the clip is over there, there's no hot spots under there. It just feels really comfortable. It does have a full liner lock, slightly protected with that clip, but I can put my thumb directly on that lock and still flick it out. Often as a lefty, if you put pressure on that lock, see if I can put a lot of pressure in, it kind of made it stick a little bit, but generally some knives, if you put any pressure on that lock, you can't get it to flick out at all, and then that's kind of what the Leviathan did, and kind of makes it a little less enjoyable as a lefty for just use. But man, this thing, the action is great. Tell you what, blade is solid. No play, no movement. What a clean design. Little close-ups. Nice and deep texture or like grooves on the frag. I have one, here I'll just grab it right now. This is the CJRB frac, another beast. But you notice the grooves aren't as deep on here. Definitely feels really nice. And if this is all you had, you'd be like, oh, that feels great. But the second I get my hands on a deeper cut frag, I am just, it's my favorite handle. If I were to get one, I would say titanium frag just like this. This could be my new favorite knife. Woo! Kaiser Towser K, you hear that? Shh. All right, so let's get some measurements on this hog. 8.5 corner to corner, pretty much right on the number. 8.5, maybe a little bit more. Blade 3.5 right to the middle. Cross cut 4 inches from there to there. Cutting surface, we have 3 1/8 with a tiny curve on the belly. 5 inches on that handle. Dang, boom. So from right there to there, 5 inch. This lower section is kind of 4 inch from here to here. So you get that extra on the back of the butt end of it. All right. 13 on that blade stock. Goes all the way out to right there where that little Kansept logo is, and then there's the little swedge there, and then the nice grind right there to that blade. 0.45 on the handle, and 127 on the thickest spot, and 162 on the thickest part of the blade right there. Dang, that is huge. Will this battery ever die? Comment below, yes or no. I don't think it will. I don't think it will. It's been, I don't even know how many, easily 60 plus videos, months before I went to Texas, that battery started dying. 5.61. Compare everything with the Drop Bear, 3.28. So obviously it's a beast compared to that. I grabbed a few others. Here's that mini Towser K, 4.64. There's that frac, 3.79. The frac is big, but it's slim, I guess, huh? 5.6. It's a beast. I generally prefer a heavier knife, so to me, that extra weight doesn't really bother me. Some people want it to be on the lighter side. Some people want it in the middle. I'm definitely more on the heavier side. I like a beefier blade. It just feels better in my hand, personally. All right, Kaiser Drop Bear is an excellent daily user. Good size for an EDC, not quite full size. Dirty. Good comparison I use on my videos. So line them up right there. You can see the handle is easily an inch larger. Blade is maybe a ½ inch bigger on the Goblin XL. I mean, it's an XL. Give you that size though. This is the same as like your bug outs and your pyrites and stuff. So it's a good comparative size. Pick up a Drop Bear, great knife for a daily. This is my current, I'm going to back up just a little. My current favorite knife. This is the Kaiser Mini Towser K. Another one with the frag titanium, 154 cm. This, see the jimps on there? Boom, my thumb here, but then there's extra jimps. If there was some extra jimps on there, that would be pretty great. Got that Kaiser clutch lock that works really, really good. But we've got a new contender in the house. These are both in the top 5, I can tell you that for sure. And making a top 5 list, you know, there's 10 knives in it. So another one, the handle is about 1 inch larger. The blade's a little bit closer, but you can see the similarities, the family, kind of the thicker, beefier frag. That's kind of my jam. Here is that Kaiser frac. I've had this one for a while. This is a S90V and the frag titanium beast of a frac. So handle, same length. Frac is actually just a little bit longer though. Haven't carried the frack in a little while. Maybe I should again. Fun button lock. There is also a stainless version, more of a budget version if you are interested in a big beast frack. All right. The Goblin XL. Will it become Dan's new favorite knife? Definitely in the top 5. I'm carrying this one again today. Oh, super cool. This is a design for me. I love it. What do you think? Comment below. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.